Hello and welcome back to our HIP New World Order campaign. In our last episode, we started a fairly unimpressive little holy war down here for just a single county of the duchy we want, but unfortunately our truce with the Hasbaids prevents us from going to war with them for the entire duchy just yet, but we'll get them eventually. This is the duchy, of course, that we were going to grant to, I believe it was our eldest daughter, since we're going to disinherit her in a little while here once we can change our succession laws. And we also have a little bit of a peasant revolt over here. Just waiting for our morale to recover on this army so that we can attack them. Get some leaders appointed there as well, since we're going to need them. And unpause. They are going to take a bit of attrition in the mountains here while we wait, so that's good news as well. And a county was converted. Arranged matrilineal marriage from the King of Brittany. He wants his niece, and actually, well, no, sorry, our niece, and the heir to the Kingdom of Brittany, to marry our son, Prince Siegfried. The leper, of course. Well, I guess we can do that. We don't really have any particular use for him, I think. Unlikely to live very long, for that matter, but that's fine. The fewer lepers we have around our court, the better, probably, for our continued health. We are going to catch them here. I don't know if disease transmission actually works like that in the game. Probably not, but we can say it does for roleplay reasons, I guess. Alright, so that's the peasant revolt taken care of. We'll disband the army here. We'll enforce our demands. And this troublemaker here is getting executed, of course, as is standard procedure. Our siege is proceeding here. We haven't seen any armies yet. I think they'd most likely be coming from over here, if they're coming. There's one. 3,000, not really of a size we need to worry about. And apparently Corsica and Sardinia have declared war on them as well for this land that they have up here in Italy. Okay. Good for them. Ooh, and we see another army down here. Of about 5,000. We shouldn't need to be too worried about that either. And Hemming of Hemming's Host has declared Hemming's conquest of Ultra-Jourdain on the Queen of Jerusalem, our cousin. Okay, well, we might need to help her with that. She might be okay, though. See if we can see how many troops he has. 13,000. I think Jerusalem probably has him pretty handily outnumbered. 35,000. That shouldn't be an issue. Alright, Al-Andalus have indeed won their civil war to lower crown authority, and we didn't have to help, as expected. So I think, considering we just won a siege here, I might divert this army out to see if we can catch this 5,000. Oh, we have another peasant revolt, okay. Peasants have risen up in Kerry. So that is actually pretty annoying. We're probably going to have to transport some troops over to deal with that. So I'm not sure what happens if we actually surrender this. We would just lose the county of Kerry, okay. Well, if we were going to lose the entire duchy, I would actually be okay with that, because I don't really want it, and there's no other easy way for me to get rid of it, since it's not held by a direct vassal of mine. Anyway, down here I think we'll try to go this way. Probably still a river crossing. but we can catch him at least. And we'll follow to here, then get back to sieging, I suppose. And apparently Brian of the Peasant Revolt has been captured by a vassal of mine, so I guess we can request that he gets moved to our dungeon and we can then end the war immediately. So that certainly saves us the trouble of having to transport any troops over. He'll be executed as well, of course. We have no mercy for rebels here. And a Tortosan peasant revolt. Okay. So maybe raising our revolt risk was perhaps a bad idea. This is going to get a bit annoying, probably. We do have an army in the area, though, that should be good enough to handle it. We have another 1,400 troops from the enemy there as well. Gonna wait till we finish this siege and then send this army off to deal with them. They are in the desert right now, so hopefully they stay there. Actually, it looks like Antioch has raised her army and she's maybe going to deal with it for me. That would be just fine. So we'll just leave our army where it is for the moment then. And our county has been converted. So we'll move our chaplain up here. And our constructions are getting done, so that's pretty good. And we haven't heard anything from the Aztecs since we destroyed their army. I guess they aren't really strong enough to do much at the moment. Only 8,000 levies. That is fewer than I would have expected. I wonder if they have a lot of different religion vassals that they are having problems with. We have a Sunni vassal there. Okay. Indeed, our revolt was taken care of. Doesn't really look like they have any Christian vassals up here. These seem to be all Yahuwah. Anyway. So, something happened over here. Did his war with Corsica and Sardinia end? Did. And they didn't even get all of the land up here. I guess it must be in two different duchies. Oh, it's all in the Duchy of Salerno. Okay. That's weird. Maybe it ended in White Peace, something like that. I think they got one county. Anyway, we have finished our siege here, and there's an army of 8,000 or so, which I think we should be okay to attack even crossing a river. Let's assume so. Oh, they weren't even in this county? Oh, now they're headed in here. But we can catch them in there without crossing a river if we go from this county. Sword in my hand seems heavier and heavier every year, so we are no longer a trained fighter, only a novice fighter. Okay, we just lose a little bit of prestige and combat skill, which is fine. We are getting on in years, and having become depressed recently, we might expect to die a little bit sooner than otherwise. We need to be in power for 10 years before we can change the succession law, so it'll be 1281, which we're coming up on about now. So we also need to have all of our vassals at positive opinions and not fighting each other, which might be a little more difficult than just hanging around for 10 years. And this battle was a little more costly than we might have liked, but we did win. French Liberation Revolt. Worrisome. We have 18,000, okay. I wonder what would happen if we were to surrender this. We would just lose everything in the Kingdom of France. I'm actually kind of considering that that might be a good thing to do, because it would definitely clean up our borders. This messy area here. That's probably not really worth giving up that much land, though. I suppose we'll just go ahead and raise some troops to deal with this. And we have 22,000 from Flanders alone, so that should be fine. We'll raise a few more to supplement that. And we'll retreat them back here to regain their morale. It looked like they were going to try and catch one of my armies there, but apparently they changed their mind. Won the battle down here. Captured somebody. We're up to 89% overall in this war, so a little bit more still to do. Gets us to 91. And you improved the grumpy old Duke of Burgundy's opinion. So he's at least up to positive now, which will help us when we try to go change our succession law. We still have vassals counter above that have a negative opinion of us, so to work on them. Hopefully we'll be able to do it just by bribes or honorary titles though. Actually put some commanders in charge here. And they did not reinforce that battle with their other army, which is fine by me. This battle should not be a problem either. And we're at 100% actually, so that's good. We are 2 holdings away from finishing the siege of this province. They should get us the remaining 9% if this one doesn't already, or before that. We don't need to fight any follow-up battle here, we'll just enforce demands. And execute him. How much longer of this national revolt risk do we have to deal with? Another 2 years? Help, we're being repressed. Come and see the violence inherent in the system. Well, they're not wrong. And our grandson Valdemar von Henneberg is of legal age. He became a flamboyant schemer and otherwise not a particularly noteworthy character. And we have a castle town completed. Which will be good for our income. And our son Prince Ruprecht here became a brilliant strategist, so he's a slightly better character, at least a decent commander anyway. Though not extremely noteworthy either, and he's also ill. I wonder if we can get him married to anybody. Queen of Serbia. He's 10, so he'd have to wait 6 years before they could actually get married. There's a Princess of Wendland. Her claim is not inheritable though, so we wouldn't get a member of our dynasty with a claim on the kingdom there. If we did marry him to her, I think we'll betroth him to the Queen of Serbia here. Non-matrilineally, so their children will be of our dynasty. And we'll get them on the throne of another country over here. Our court chaplain is accusing this countess of heresy. She's probably not a heretic. Okay, our betrothal is on. And my son Dietmar asked me for a fief of his own to govern. We will mention a church career. Sorry, Dietmar. And we will take all of these prisoner, I guess, and that gets us to 100, so we'll enforce demands. And I will go ahead and grant these. Well, I was gonna say I'll grant them to our daughter immediately, but actually it's not even a problem if we don't manage to change the succession law, because we'll just be able to grant them out to somebody else once we inherit as her. So, sure. Grant her the county and the lower titles, she can distribute them herself. And I don't mind if she ends up with the baronies. Alright, I guess she didn't get these bishoprics, even though I clicked the include lower titles button. We got the city though. Well, we'll just grant them to random characters and then transfer the vassalage manually. That doesn't seem right. Erfurt. Oh, okay, they did end up under her. That's fine then. So we'll disband our non-retinue troops down here. And let's see, our truce with the Hasbaids is over? Yes. So we can go to war with them again as soon as our Holy War cooldown expires, which is going to be in a couple of years. And our truce with the Mesudids is going to last for only another year or so, so we can go to war with them as well in a de jure war. You have improved the Duke of Burgundy's opinion again, that's good. So he's up to 39, which is pretty reasonable. I guess we can send him a gift to get him up to 74 and probably out of whatever factions he's in. If any. And the Queen of Antioch is in a faction over here, that's rude. And I guess she's gonna stay in it because she's at 100 opinion, so there's really nothing we can do about that. Other than grant her independence. And we apparently hold a bishopric in here, okay. Well, I'm going to grant that to a vassal. And I guess we'll just hold on to it for the moment, because we're going to conquer that duchy pretty soon anyway. And of course we have another peasant revolt. Right down here, fortunately we have our retinue parked right next door. Let's not raise them just yet. Bring our troops around here. My husband asked me for a fief of his own. Absolutely not. Right, Dimiat has been converted. We can move our chaplain elsewhere. And we'll raise the levies of these two dukes or duchesses to help out with this battle. And a tithe is very nice. Alright, so we should be able to take care of this, but we're going to have to wait until the next episode to actually do it because we're out of time for now. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.